One morning I was at the PC and you were there that morning as well, which I thought was insane because the night prior you had to run in with the police. And I was like, wow, Liv's, she's back at work already.
No one even knew. How crazy is that? I saw you and the news hadn't even broke yet.
Oh yeah, that's right.
Yeah.
That's right. You were talking about it.
Yeah. Oh man. Yeah. So pretty much, as you know, the world knows, I did have a run-in with the law. It is all cleared up now. I am not guilty.
Oh, you're not?
No.
A little bit?
No, not at all.
It's a statute of limitations. You can say.
There was no guilt found. It was dropped. No guilt. Dropped.
What?
Yeah.
Well, I don't understand. What was the mix-up? They pulled you over just to get an autograph or something?
Because I wasn't guilty. Well, you know what? Honestly, let me take a moment. I cannot make light of the situation. You know, I was in a situation where there were some things in my car that I was unaware of. And one of those things was a felony. And so I got arrested. I bailed out and I called work right away. Like my jail call was work. Like
You called Triple H from jail?
No. I called our head of talent relation at the time, Dan. I called Dan and I'm like, I just explained exactly what happened. And he was like, all right, let's figure this out. Just like stay hushed, go to work tomorrow. Don't tell anyone. Do your thing. So I go to work tomorrow to do my rehab and I'm just like so guilty in that moment. You know, I'm feeling like so shameful. I'm so upset. I really don't want work to be mad at me. I do a lot of community work within WWE and I'm like, man, I've just like ruined everything on something that was my fault, but like not my fault. But I have to take responsibility. Of course, it's my car. You know, I'm going to take full responsibility for it. But yeah, I showed up to work that day just like, do. But I was so guilty and I saw you and we just had a normal conversation.
Normal. So normal.
I'm so shitty. We had a normal conversation you would have never known. And then I think it was like SmackDown. This was a Thursday. I got arrested on a Thursday. The next day was Friday. Got to the Performance Center, saw you. Then news broke that night. 8 o'clock on the dot. Liv Morgan arrested. And I just was like, it was faster than I thought.
Yeah. How did it make you feel when you saw that?
I was okay. I think what I had already said is I had felt bad. I didn't want to lose my standing at work. I didn't want them to think that I was like this criminal. I had worked so hard to like get in the position that I was in, and I thought I just ruined everything. So I was just upset. I thought I'd ruined my career.
Doesn't it kind of like just add to your image a little bit?
I don't know. What is my image? I don't know.
Well, I just mean like
the mugshot was like cute.
A bad girl image. And by the way, he's completely comfortable talking to convicted felons. Like that's not an abnormal thing for him. You know, he sits next to one quite well.
He got expunged.
It's been expunged.
He can go back to Canada now.
I have to get mine expunged too, actually. I think.
Well, you got about what, 5, 6, 7 years?
It takes a little while. But were you worried like does WWE when you go and you're like so first they're like, okay, we want you to pick this human up and just smash him through a table, right? Like that's the first thing they say to you. Do they then do like a background check after you kill the person?
After, no, all that stuff's done before you.
There really is a background check.
Yeah, I'm not sure how deep it goes, but there's definitely a background check. You know,
I don't think it's that deep. They didn't really look at me at all.
Oh, really? You got lucky.
Yeah. Yeah.
No, I was, not a criminal when I signed to WWE, so there was nothing really to research on me.
Well, you're not a criminal now, technically.
Still not a criminal.
And like you said, the mugshot as well. Like,
thank goodness.
At what point is it worth it?
Honestly,
it looked good.
I would have been so much more upset if it was a bad mugshot.
Oh, it was a good one.
What's so crazy? It wasn't like a great one, but it was like good.
It wasn't like one take.
It was one take, and it's crazy. Even the officer, she was like, "Ooh, like you're gonna go viral."
No way.
I swear she did. I swear she was like, "You're gonna go viral. It's a good one." And I was like, "Is it?" She's like, "Yeah, I got you." And I was like, "Thank you."
Do you think she would have let you take a second one?
Yeah, I do.
Really?
I do. Yeah. It's just so crazy because that day I had like a hair appointment, I had an eyebrow appointment.
How long
I had
were
all
you
these
at
appointments.
How long were you at the station for?
Like 2 hours.
Did you try to like get into character a little bit? Like when did you go into the holding cell?
No, they just let me like roam the lobby.
Oh, really?
Yeah. So like they were like, "Are you gonna bail out tonight?" And I was like, "Yeah." And they're like, "All right."
You should have just sent it for the plot and just waited till Monday.
No, because I was already like, just the 2 hours was rough. I was like, I don't know how people do this. For overnight, for years, for days.
For overnight. It gets so much deeper
For the 2 hours, I was like, I couldn't do it. And I wasn't even locked up. I was just walking around the lobby and I was like, this is terrible.
I'll tell you how they do it. They get used to it.
No.
You seriously, like I was in a Mr. Beast challenge and it kind of felt like prison. And eventually, like after the 12th hour, I just got used to it.
No, I was like 120 in and I was like, I'm going to lose my mind.
Whoa.
Yeah.
Have you considered making t-shirts out of your mugshot? Donald Trump style?
No.
Something to think about.
I actually, I was gifted some t-shirts, which are mugshot style. Those are interesting. Sometimes fans show up to my meet and greets and they have my mugshot on a t-shirt. And at first I was like, ha ha ha. But then I'm like, maybe I don't like that. And I'm undecided. I'm like, do I want to find that rude and be like, get out of my line? Or am I okay with it? Because, you know, I don't know if I love or hate you right now.